Vanity Fair Oscar party recently took place, and Sherri Shephard, she's a known comedian and actress. Well, she gave her thoughts about the nudity trend, followed by Meg Thee Stallion and other women. And women real deal out here mad at her for it. But is she right though? Check this clip out.
The Vanity Fair Oscars after party seemed to have an unwritten theme. It was just a lot of nudity, okay? Julia Fox wore a completely sheer dress that barely covered her cookie jar. Zoe Kravitz graced us with her butt crack. You could see everything. Megan Thee Stallion wore a dark green gown with only matching green pasties to cover up her breasts. And so this is where I have to put my Auntie Sherri wig on. And I say this with all of the love that I have. Ladies, this is not it. And I say this because there are young women, young girls who are looking up to all of you. All of you. A lot of these celebrities, they say they don't want to be a role model. But here's the thing, it comes with the territory, being a role model. You can't escape it because, Megan, when you said you graduated from college, do you know how many young girls you inspired to go to school also? You didn't ask for that. You didn't ask for that, but they were watching you.
So far, I hear no lie. Meg Thee Stallion core audience is young Black women, specifically teens and women in their mid-20s. This isn't my opinion. These are facts.
I know Megan as an artist, you get a little raunchy. I done heard WAP and body yaddy yaddy. But I also say, and I listen to those songs too, but I also say, to whom much is given, much is required. And if you say, well, how do I know that these young girls are looking up to you? Because they look up to me too. And I get more girls coming up to me, young girls saying, Miss Sherri, I want to be a talk show host, or I want my own talk show, or I want to be an actress. I want to do what you do. So they are watching. And I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just concerned where all this is going. When I talked about Kanye's wife who went to the Grammys last month, and she took off her coat and had nothing on. And it literally, it wasn't just her cookie jar. We saw cakes and croissants too when she was standing there. I would say is she looked very uncomfortable. And all y'all who are sitting out there, these young girls that are emulating you, they don't have security around them. So they're emulating you and they go to these parties and something tragic could happen. These are our future, these young women and these young men. You don't have to, dress down to your ankle. Willie made me wear this long dress. But, I'm just saying, just think about it when you're putting on this stuff. Like, who am I influencing? Who's going to be watching me? You never know. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I love all of y'all, but Auntie Sherri has spoken.
Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children. A few weeks ago, Kanye West paraded his wife fully nude on the Grammys red carpet. And I'm using the word paraded specifically because it was obvious by her body language and the way she was looking at him for direction and approval that her husband is the person that instructed her to do this. Kanye West, who is an actual father of 4 kids, 2 of which are little girls, and I don't recall Sherri Shephard sharing any criticism of Kanye, his wife, and them being poor role models to little girls, let alone his little girls, that he has a direct responsibility to.
Now, she's wrong. She's wrong about addressing Kanye's girlfriend because Sherri literally just stated that she talked about Kanye West's girlfriend. This video is one of the popular videos floating around TikTok. It has, I believe, over 60,000 views. This woman, she calls herself addressing Sherri, and when I commented under it and said that she was part of the problem with promoting thought culture, she deleted my comment. These women here are the true sellouts.
Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children, especially childless women. We do not have to keep kids in mind in adult spaces, and we do not have to keep children in mind with every decision that we make. That is what parents are supposed to do. But the reason that you and so many people like you believe that, Sherri, is due to the patriarchal belief that a woman's purpose is to have kids, raise kids, and nurture kids. And it's not. Raise your own children. Teach them the difference between what is appropriate for children and what is appropriate for adults. Set rules, set boundaries, raise your kids, and take full responsibility for them, because as the parents, y'all are the only ones responsible.
This is the mindset of women who don't want to be held accountable for their actions. And so let's go on and address this adult spaces, because this is an argument they're used and say things like, celebrities aren't responsible for your children. And while that is partially true, children are influenced by a plethora of things. It's not just the parents. We parents are doing all that we can. Y'all need to be held accountable for your part as well, and you will be held accountable. In regards to the event, the Vanity Fair Oscar party dress code is supposed to be formal, not to be Magic City. And another thing is, Meg Thee Stallion has also been used in kid spaces. Yeah, she appeared in a Marvel series, something they know kids watch. It was in an episode, The People vs. Emma, where she twerked with She-Hulk in her office playing her song Body. But I thought she was for adult entertainment only. And so let's go on and admit that this whole adult entertainment stuff is a lie. See, before social media, some of us were told to get an item out of our parents' drawer or, our auntie or uncle drawer and saw items we weren't supposed to see. Some of us as kids put in VCR tapes. I know y'all remember the VCR tapes where it had the paper at the top and you had to write on it to know which film it was. Some of us were actually trying to watch kid movies, but ended up coming across hardcore porn that triggered a lot of emotions. And so this idea about adult spaces, adult entertainment is a lie. Does role modeling start in the home? Absolutely. But kids aren't just being molded at home. Children, teenagers, as I said, they're molded by a plethora of things. They spend more time at school than they do at home. They emulate what they see. They don't know responsibility. They're being taught and have to be taught. And then they're surrounded by other kids who's irresponsible also. And many of them have parents that act just like the kids. And so this idea of parents are the only ones who have the primary influence, that's a lie. This situation reminds me of a few years ago when NDRE called out the Essence Festival. And Black media, the sisterhood, they were trying to cancel her for it. And I let this video play, but Sherri wasn't wrong. Sherri wasn't wrong at all. And she told the truth with love and grace. She said it in a better way than I could. But that's enough of my thoughts. Drop you all's thoughts in the comments below.
The concept that anytime a woman says anything, even in the vicinity of another woman, she's being catty and she's fighting. And so now we got this headline about what I supposedly did. Who I was addressing were the people in the comments, explaining to them that the video in question, not Meg Thee Stallion, not Janelle, but the video in question was out of context for the Essence Festival. Essence is a 53-year-old institution that was always about wholesome Black entertainment. The brand shifted right under people's feet. That's what I meant when I said context. What I did was jump into the comment section and, in fact, in defense of someone who was in the comment section trying to explain her trust of Essence brand being broken, I commented about the context. That's what I did. We all know everybody twerks. Everybody knows who Meg Thee Stallion is. She's one of the biggest stars in the world, and so is Janelle. Everybody knows what they're about and what they do. We weren't saying that they shouldn't do what they do. We were saying context, which is what my message said.